Hello, everyone! Welcome back to Zelda Speedruns. Today we have another Link to the Past, no major glitches speedrun. Today we have FoxLisk versus Bydey in the Tower of Hera division. On commentary we have Kaznode and Dow, and they will take it from here.
How's it going, everybody? It's good to see some tournament.
Yeah, I'm excited. Love to see races.
I think this should be a pretty good race.
I hope so. I think that's the whole point of the league setup, right? Is that it's supposed to be like pretty even.
Yeah. But I mean, it's not like within the bracket, you could also be up against Error, and so that would be a little more of an uphill climb.
Listen, I think I've beaten him in a race once or twice in a couple of years, It happens.
I don't know if I ever have.
Listen, it might have been 100%, 18 digs, whatever.
There you go. Yeah, he'll die in Eastern or wherever and just still crank out a 125.
All right, looks like we're getting started.
So both of our runners have times sort of in the mid to high 124s. They submitted very similar runs to qualify, so it seems that they're playing at about the same level right now.
Yeah, I know Bydey was taking a break recently and doing, I think, like Minecraft speedruns. And then Fox was... He's been playing recently, but he wasn't playing for a little bit. I don't know. This is definitely a challenging game to kind of just play all the time.
Yeah, especially if you stick to NMG, it's kind of repetitive. The run's kind of long, too.
Sometimes it's just like looking at other speedruns, and I'm like, wow, a nice 20-minute run.
Yeah.
We would be dying on Death Mountain.
We should become Master Sword mains.
That's even more repetitive, because you're just like, oh, I didn't get a 254 big key. I guess I'm resetting.
It all comes down to Landmo RNG.
But yes, the early game here, not too much is happening. Honestly, slight variation, and Fox probably saved 10 frames, maybe.
Yeah, the key for Bydey still went down. It wasn't like the guard had the aggro pattern where you spin him and then the key lands further up. So really not much of a difference.
Yeah. And we'll see a lot of like variations in strats like that. Just slight differences. 10 frames here, 10 frames there.
Yeah, Escape is actually pretty interesting to run because it's never the same thing twice. It's never going to be all the enemies are out of your way or only the key racket's in your way or whatever. This is one of the splits where you have to compensate for stuff the most.
Yeah, honestly, a lot of the splits are kind of that way too, where it's just slight variations in RNG every time, but it really does change how you feel about it. Both of them with pretty good fights there. Escape's just the most noticeable because we're not doing anything.
Yeah.
Oh, Fox was actually far enough left. I wasn't sure.
Bydey, I don't know if he threw his boomerang too late or if it got blocked by the line of sight thing.
Yeah, Fox has definitely got line of sighted there.
Oops, Fox, yeah, I got him backwards.
Yeah, I don't know. The back half of Escape here, I feel like it's the only thing. Okay, you lose like 10 frames here, whatever. You gain 10 frames there. It's always the same, except for the key rat.
Yep.
And then the key rat is like mostly always the same until you get the far northwest one and you lose 5 seconds.
Yeah, because when you throw your boomerang that way, for whatever reason, it seems to take so much longer for the key to become active.
Yeah, the key becomes active after, or once it's on the way down. But the way that you're kind of set up to throw it when the rat goes that way is you're doing this like really precise diagonal boom. And so, or you're doing the just wait for the key and then do a north boom, which is pretty slow, but the diagonal boom like never works. So
yeah, it's really hard to do a diagonal boom there just because it's a thin hallway.
I wonder if we'll see. Yes, slightly. The way Fox does that room is. It gives me anxiety, but it works.
I think that's one of the rooms where weird snake RNG seems to pop up the most.
Alright, throwing the boomerang the wrong way loses like 2 seconds or something. 2 seconds. If we just make up numbers, people will believe us, so it's okay.
Close enough. I don't know if Fox needed to boom that rat, but I'll work
out. Whatever. It's 15 frames. Like,
yeah. And we didn't get any rat frames. Neither of them's beeping.
is Bydey still playing on the classic or is he on console?
I actually don't know. Wouldn't surprise me if he's still on the classic.
Honestly, with the way it looks like console.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Thank you, chat. Listen, the classic kind of sucks. So, I get that.
Yeah, real gamers play on IQ. Looks like they both made it through the Octorok field without issue.
Okay, so the reason why the classic sucks is because it has like 2 or 3 extra frames of input delay. It's painful. The race will be about an hour and 25 minutes or so.
Bydey ran into the statue that you boom or slash usually. I'm not sure if it looked like he was distracted a bit by one of the Octoroks. It can be hard to manage both the Octorok and the statue at the same time.
Yeah, there's definitely some tricky RNGs there. Sometimes just taking the hit is, I mean, whatever.
Yeah, just through.
Even though there is a risk of dying in Light World, with Sankheart, it's a lot smaller. So you can kind of just, if you're unsure of something, you can always just be like, okay, I'll take a half heart here and it's fine.
Yeah, there are also plenty of places to refill a little bit in Eastern.
It's true. Bydey does love anti-pumping here as a meme. Maybe not against Fox, though. Story behind that is Bydey one time was, when he was just learning, he just thought you pumped everywhere. and then people got really upset at him for pumping, because you don't pump going east or south. So that's just a room where it's easy to see if somebody's doing it because it's a long eastern walk.
They're both coming onto the bridge, getting some good double pumps in.
Pretty good room there from both of them.
Yeah, it looked like Bydey got the ideal damage boost, went right back into the stairs.
Now we're all going to look to see if the top right skeleton that spawns moves its head or not before they leave the room. It's definitely going to move for Bydey.
Fox too.
Fox had like 6 frames of movement. Oh, that room's so hard, but you can in fact do it without the head moving, which is like, oh.
Yeah, you need the skeletons that are already there to be friendly.
Bydey with a good cannonball pattern and Fox bad one, but bad ZGR pattern for both of them, honestly.
Yeah, Bydey reacted pretty well after missing that first arrow. It could have gone a lot worse.
Bydey is rich and has no arrows. I'd rather have the arrows.
Same. FoxLisk did the Pincus Armos. I don't think Bydey did.
No, he did the regular top right strat. Does that strat have a name?
I think it's just the standard strat.
Okay, Sure.
And then the noob strat is when you do it from the bottom right.
I remember doing that strat.
Yeah,
I also remember learning Pincus Armos and being like, this is impossible. And now, like, I can put the game down for 4 months and just do it every time. It's kind of weird. It's just like, bow mechanics in this game take a lot of practice. So once you get good with the bow, it's hard to lose that.
Yeah, it's a rhythm that just gets kind of ingrained in you.
Unlike spin speed, which they both nailed, I don't play the game for 2 days and I can't hit any spin speeds.
Yeah, item dashes go for me too. You'd think pressing 2 buttons at the same time would not be that difficult, but I disprove it.
Neither of them going for this spin speed, which I think my average desert time improved when I stopped going for that spin speed.
Yeah, especially if you with stair drag cancel, it really doesn't save much time.
Currently 4 for 4 on spin speeds. You love to see it.
Yeah, pretty perfect sync coming into the swamp screen. Both menuing to the book to get that splashy dashy perfect.
I think Fox does their drag cancels with boots. So I don't even know. Stair drag cancel is like a meme, and at the same time, it saves so much time.
Yeah, it really adds up for the times that you can use it, and you definitely feel it when you get it. You're like, oh man, I came off of those stairs fast.
Like, it's 5 frames. It's like, what, 8 frames if you do it optimally? It's like 5 frames. And yet, those 5 frames are like... Once you see them, every time you're not getting stair drag cancel, you're like crying. I have tested every strat in that key bonk room, and they all take literally the exact same amount of time.
The last I'd heard, the one where you go to the right and up is the fastest, but I was never able to get it faster.
By what, a frame?
Yeah, it's very close.
Fox did a really good job there. When you get the funny RNG where you have to stop and redash, getting the dash down in between the cannonballs is tough, so very nicely done.
Yeah, just reacting properly and not thinking to yourself, oh, I can make this, and then losing seconds.
So I said that Bydey was rich. We saw Fox pick up some money there. Bydey didn't. We're going to need... What? We need 110 rupees. And we'll get... There's like 106 that are basically on our way. So we only need to find 4, technically speaking. Fox had a pretty low stair drag cancel there, but...
Yeah, even then, there's extra rupees in Aga's Tower that you could get. I mean, it's not great. But...
If you ever get those rupees, something has gone terribly wrong. Like,
yeah. So Bydey's got 22 arrows here. Would you get the arrow pot with that count?
No. But when I spend 16 arrows on Landmos, I would hate myself.
Yeah, I usually go for the pot whenever I've got space for all the arrows. It hurts, but...
Well, you're not getting the arrows.
I'll definitely keep an eye on Bydey's arrow count, see if it comes back to bite him.
Look, if you just have an 11 arrow 2-cycle Landmo fight, whatever. So Bydey had a pretty good first cycle, but this is where Landmos gets tough. Fox with a really good fight.
Yeah, I think that was a 3-cycle from Fox.
Ooh.
And I think this is the 4th for Bydey?
Yeah, he's gotten a few short hops. Don't do that, man. Okay.
Oh boy, leaving Desert with 4 arrows.
Yeah. Okay, the Landmo arrows, or the Desert arrows, are faster than the Mountain arrows. By like a second, yeah?
Yeah.
But the reason why I don't like the Mountain arrows is because I can't count the pits. You're dashing from a different spot.
Yeah, I still pause buffer there. It's like if I don't do it, the doorway just sneaks up on me somehow.
Alright, we're gonna see fake flippers here. Fox got the easy patterns. No bad spawns, please. Uh-oh. Fox misses the world. Okay, we're in. Don't work back, Fox. Okay. Bydey, like, legitimately made up, like, 4 seconds just by hitting the portal on the way in instead of, like, missing it and coming back.
Yeah, swimming is so slow if you have to change momentum. Also, he did the bush lift strat to line him up with the screen.
Isn't this something that's like a 2-frame difference or something?
I have no idea. I just hadn't seen it before.
I hold my sword out, and I'm pretty sure it is like only a couple frames slower than not. Mostly because diagonal movement's like so fast, sword out, not sword out, whatever, compared to straight north, south, east, west movement.
Scroll's nice to both of them at the first part of the screen. Bydey getting
Boulders.
blocked.
Still perfect on spin speeds.
Yep, he dealt with it well. Fox only lost one heart. That was pretty unavoidable. You're totally fine with Death Mountains like this.
Fox missed both quick warps. What just happened on Bydey's screen?
Oh.
That score was...
Yeah, that was a disgusting scroll.
Alright, Fox just got hit where everybody gets hit every single time we play this game. We'll just see if Bydey doesn't get hit. Oh!
Yep, if you have to slash the Moldorm, you get hit by the Kadongo. But that's rare because the Moldorm's always in the way. So it just bumps you through. FoxLisk getting the swag boom dash strat. Nice to take a little bit of a break in this room. Neither of them having issues with the mini molds on the way out.
Torches are problematic. You're like, I pressed Y. Except you turned, or you didn't press Y, or you're doing two other things, and...
Yeah, or it's like just slightly to the side, and you could swear that it was right, but it's not.
That's a different beetle strat.
Yeah.
I suppose it avoids having to throw pots around the switch, which is a challenge sometimes. Early bomb jump here.
Nails it.
Nails it.
Got the
And
chest
just,
too.
please. Spin strat from... Oh!
Ooh.
That is like, not the worst time loss. It's only like 12 seconds or something, but...
Yeah, it's enough to make the race even again.
It makes me want to quit whenever it happens.
Yeah. No, the window for getting through it is actually pretty big, so when you miss it, it's just like, oh, how did I think that would work?
It's pretty good with the Moldorm fight. Oh, Fox having not like trouble, but
cooperating
not the
last
fastest
hit at
fight.
least.
Any Hera that's not a complete disaster in a race is fine.
Yep, making it through Death Mountain without issue, making it through Moldorm without issue. In a race, it always seems a bit harder.
All right, unless Bydey has some, like, 3-arrow backup tower. Okay, we're getting those arrows. This is a race of Link to the Past, 80% NMG for the league, which is 3 separate 8-man brackets, so 3 different competitions.
Both of them opted to shoot the pickle, though Bydey did it from the side. I'm surprised that they're willing to do strats like that. I feel like the pickle's just uncooperative way too often.
You know, I agree. But it's just so fast when the pickle cooperates, you know?
Yeah. I don't know, arrowing the bird feels like a decent compromise to me, but it sucks if you lose arrows because of it.
I'm already losing the arrows on the last bird all the time. Like,
Yeah.
I suppose, I mean, Fox is going to dash through it. So Fox does not slash does not slash the bird.
I've tried to learn the dash, but it's never stuck.
Bydey going for a safer kill, although a little bit slower.
Both of them with significantly more rupees than they need.
Ooh, okay. So that RNG, it's not an RNG, it's a frame roll technically, but if you don't nudge on the right-hand side of the screen, it's like a 1 in 32 that you get hit there.
Yeah, and it's especially painful here because you want, Bydey, especially with his arrow count, wants beams for the entirety of Agate Tower.
Yeah, hopefully he knows his backups for the first 2 rooms here. Those are definitely the big ones.
He executes okay, but he still uses quite a few arrows.
Oh, Fox messed up a little bit.
Still came out of it with full health. Oh, never mind.
It's okay. We're probably getting hit in this room anyway. One of these guards is just going to do that. Okay. The funny thing there is if Fox had beams, it would have slowed the room down with that RNG. That's why Agate Tower is bad.
Both of them getting a little spooked by the guard on the Dark Bridge.
There are so many RNGs where you don't have to slash, but look like you do. But then there's so many RNGs that don't look like you have to slash and you do have to slash, so...
Yeah, sometimes he just aggroes you quick, and if you fall off there, that's just one of the more painful mistakes you can make.
Yeah, falling off pits is extremely slow. It's like almost 10 seconds or something.
Yeah, because you're walking through that room. And they're coming into Aghanim with only about a second separating them.
Yeah, it kind of just goes to show your runs tend to be about the same. Like, barring a death or like falling to Moldorm a couple times.
Yeah, it's like either it's like a perfect light world or a sort of mediocre one.
All we want to see here is the same pattern.
So far, so
Fox
good.
gets a better warp. That's cheating. Although it's really not much better because total warps there are the same, but...
extra blue ball for Fox.
Ooh, Bydey gets 1.
Yep. Ooh, Fox getting unlucky on the tail end.
Is Fox up to 4?
I think so.
At least 4. Okay, 4. So that'll be about 24, 25 second difference between them.
Yeah, it
Which-
definitely hurts, but it's not beyond what you can make up just with solid execution.
Yeah. There's like... We've talked about the frames here and the frames there, and it's like that for Dark World too, but Dark World also has just like seconds here and seconds there, more so, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's more potential for disasters.
Right. Just like one failed hammer jump here ties the race back up.
Yeah, and then there's stuff like Helma RNG, which you wouldn't think would be a huge deal, but it actually counts for multiple seconds.
Even if you get the same tail swipe versus fireball pattern, but you just get a crab walk versus a walk down, it's like 3 or 4 seconds. It's so annoying. And yeah, we will be getting all the bombs we ever need for the rest of the run, hopefully, here.
Fox, even though he used the pause buffer, didn't get that great of a Kiki skip.
Alright, Bydey went the right way in pod. We've all been there, you don't play for a little bit, and we see the same room, 26 times in pod here, and you just got to go the wrong way.
It's happened to me. Just stop paying attention for a little bit and you forget whether or not you bombed the bridge yet.
Or you bomb the bridge and walk up to the door and you're like, why don't I have a key? And you see the chest that's right there. And you're like, oh, I gotta go get that chest.
Bari cooperating for Bydey's dashes that time.
Here we will see the hammer jump. We're hoping for no extra pause buffers. We're going to get 2 naturally. So that is as good as it gets.
Yeah, it looked like he landed on the correct pixel both times. It's really all you can ask for.
It's an interesting slash for timing on that dash.
Fox getting both bombs. Loses the ferry.
Alright. Just a couple extra buffers, that's okay. As to your point, losing the ferry, that's not good.
Yeah, if you don't get that in Turtle Rock, you're guaranteed lost 3 hearts from the roller. There's a decent chance chomps hit you. Then there's Death Mountain, of course. It can really hurt.
Bydey stopping for the arrows.
Mira came through and was a bro for him.
Now, if Fox had ever played some meme low percent, he would know all the backups to wrap the prize pack in Turtle Rock.
He had a fairly sexy statue there. Love to see it.
Bydey has some interesting turtle strats. He just went for the normal one there, and turtles behaved, so there's nothing you can do. They just do whatever they want. It's the worst.
Yeah, and the one in the bottom right in particular, sometimes it just, or is it the bottom left? Either way, it just goes down and then you're sad.
Sometimes it's both of them. Oh, there, we see it on Fox's screen.
Yep. He reacted pretty well to it.
It's a pretty good fight on Bydey's side.
Solid, although he could have hoped for better RNG. Helma doing the sidestep.
A race, you take what you get. It's fine. Oh, Fox got good patterns here.
Yep, didn't have to worry about the fireballs.
And he still probably lost close to 2 seconds on what is like optimal RNG. Maybe not that much, but a significant amount of time.
Anytime he spins at the top of the screen, you're sad about.
Both of them with pretty solid pods here. I actually don't know what their times are going to be, but like 6-0 whatever is pretty good. Looks like Bydey's going to be 6-10.
Yeah, that's like 5 seconds over most people's gold. That's totally fine.
If you play within 5 seconds of your golds, you will PB. Just that's just how it is. So yeah, you got to be happy with anything like that.
Looks like didn't get lotto, dodged the murder dactyl all right.
5 minutes off your gold. That's just normal hundo gameplay. It's hundo, you might still PB, honestly. All of them got their item dashes.
Press 2 buttons at the same time. Hardest trick in the game.
That one in particular is pretty important.
Yeah, even if you just mistime it once and try to correct it, there's a good chance that the pigs are going to hit you.
Yeah, we're going to see one coming up that's not important at all, but you have to go for it. It's the bird dash.
I don't know, it's pretty nice getting to hold A out of that cutscene.
You know, I always like am like, did I get it? Did I not get it? And I'm like panicking. I'm like so ready to repress A out of this cutscene. So they both run past that red guard, and it looks kind of scary, but it is free.
And we're keeping our record of perfect spin speeds.
Fox has missed one, I think.
Did he?
Yeah, he missed the one off the pyramid.
Oh, okay. Yeah. First one in Dark World will get you.
All right, I need to know your opinion on Thieves. I am always of the opinion that Thieves is the easiest Dark World split, and then I get complacent and die.
Um, mm, I think the easiest might be like Meyer, provided you don't do any shopping in it.
I do all my shopping in Meyer, so I will disagree.
Yeah.
I will, however, agree that the Meyer dungeon is pretty easy.
There's still a few good ways to lose time in Thieves. The conveyor room, RNG can matter a bit, and then there's the Hellway, of course. Stuff can get in your way.
Fox, recognizing that he was going to bonk, restarted that dash.
Oh, Bydey not landing on the pixel.
Oh, I think he should have gone for that, but it's fine.
Yeah, that was a fine correction. Only lost a heart.
Fox gets the worst RNG.
Yep, has to trek across the bottom and gets blocked even though he hit the God Pixel. Still reacted very well to it and didn't lose any hearts.
I want to point out that Fox tested how many times he could land on God Pixel, and it was 69 times out of 100. So
I feel vindicated in putting my pause buffer there.
Okay, all right. So Fox is gonna come. He's I was listening to the commentary, and I actually did it 10 times, and it was 7 out of 10. Listen, it's a better story if it's 69 out of 100, right? So
Bydey killed all of the horse heads in his jail. I don't think it was necessary with that RNG, but that's one of the screens that can get pretty bad if things start to spiral.
Fox is also blessing us with the correct bomb and arrow count for a brief amount of time here.
Nice. Bydey having a little trouble with the waffle dash in the toilet room. Hammering that pot is weirdly, yeah. What's the word? I guess difficult. Let's go with difficult.
The conveyor is pushing you away, and stupid skeletons right there. It's a surprisingly, like, you look at it and you're like, wow, this room's easy, and then it's way harder than you think, and then people will get blind and they're like, I don't get how you do this. And it's like, it's free.
Both of them did pretty well with the sword beams in the blind fight. He was off the light entirely for both kills. That's when you know it was good.
Yeah. I think you can only do that with beams. I don't know. There's some beams do funny stuff to this boss. I don't understand why.
Yeah, for some reason it's only on the third hit. Eddie said once he got it on the second, but I've never seen it replicated.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird boss.
It would be neat if there was some way to go so fast that it went off script.
Neat. Don't give me a heart attack. Are you the only person in the current league who does something different on these screens? Oh wait, I think Bydey Wait, no. I think
Um,
I've seen Bydey mirror on the other screen before, but
I think in this league I am. I'm trying to remember. I think that like I want to say Aussie or somebody also did it.
hmm. Yeah. It's weird how like two strats that look so different are only like maybe 20 frames different. Maybe.
Yeah, as far as I've heard, it ties as long as you execute properly.
That's also true. It's not even that it's faster. It's that it's easier.
Yeah, I've just done the Boomer Smiths long enough that it's still the easier option for me.
Blanks is fastest. I thought that was true, but I forget by how much.
Looks like the mummies were fairly nice to Bydey, and he gets an arrow drop. It counts doing okay now.
That is an
No,
unfriendly.
it's
Uh oh.
scary
Okay.
RNG. Does pretty well, only taking one hit. Lasted long enough that the hand came down again, but you're happy with not losing all your life there when you get RNG like that.
We can just pretend that the hand wasn't on the screen, and so the room went really fast.
It looked like Fox didn't go very low after pulling the statue the first time. I wonder if that would have kept the mummies from moving like that. It's pretty rare
Oh
to
man,
get
who
salvaged.
knows? The mummies are as bad as the turtles. They just do whatever they want.
Yeah, they just have no respect for the run. Bydey doing the slightly faster and riskier version of the Mummy Hellway pulls it off fine.
Ooh, dashing there.
They both did left side skull pot. Interesting.
I think that was a single. Oh, it was a double. Okay. I can't always tell with Moth. That was a
Yeah,
pretty good
especially if
skull.
it's like 30 frames per second or something. It's like, did he flash? I don't know.
Oh, this is just as classic Moth as it gets. The conveyor is going literally the opposite direction of Moth, and you get the single poke. All right.
I've tried to learn the poke in the opening, but I have never been able to get it. I don't know how anybody does it.
So at least what I do is once I start the dash, I hold down on the controller. And then you get to cancel for free, but
I see.
yeah. But then after that, you still have to react to what Moth does, which is not the easiest.
It looks like that was gold skull woods for Bydey.
It was a 21. 21's pretty good. This is going to be like a 30 for Fox. So Bydey actually made up or pulled ahead almost 10 seconds. So it looks like it's about 30 seconds between them right now.
Well, a lot can change just a nice. Ooh, Bydey with a pretty interesting approach to the lotto. I want to say it was like an Andy tutorial strat to dash down to hit the rope at the beginning.
I have not watched all of Andy to it because it's just a little too long for me.
Yeah, I just mean that was what I did way back in the day.
The question is, did you do that before Andy tutorial or not?
Well, I didn't learn until Andy tutorial
okay.
came out.
My timeline doesn't go that far back, so I just don't know.
Oh, Bydey dashing through the water on the top dash. Just that dash alone loses like a second.
This screen is brutal. It's just like... I think a good time on it is 56 seconds. And if... Okay, well... Every time you splash in the water, you lose... What? 30 or 40 frames?
Yeah, about that. A little less than a second.
Every time you accidentally dash on water instead of grass, you're losing like... Who knows? Oh, the screen's just...
Yeah, and it's like not clear at all where they actually turns from shallow water to deep. It's like different for every single line on the screen.
And it's different in all dungeons too, because the screen looks so... Like if you play glitch categories, the screen just like looks different, so... Sometimes it's hard to get a good visual in your head for where you're supposed to dash.
Bydey went around the top on the warp screen. It did look like he had some disagreeable Zora RNG, so good move by him.
I've seen people doing that more now. I do not know if... I don't know how that compares timing-wise. It's not something I have looked at, so...
I mean, it's definitely better than having to stop and wait for the Zora.
That is true. Does it save time over fire rotting to Zora?
Good question. Bydey executing bombable floors and conveyors very well. Whew, that bomb jump was a little scary.
But we got it. Yeah, the bomb jump there is one of the few mandatory tricks in this run.
Fox also doing bombable floor and conveyors well. Had to adjust a little for the bomb jump, but didn't take much time.
Fox doing what nobody ever does in that room, which is if you aren't waiting on the firebar, you just walk. It's faster than bonking.
Yeah, if you manage to just hit the top of the switch and are optimal.
All right, Bydey, we're hoping to see a good fight here. Cold stare fight. Bydey does have slightly different strats than most people, but it doesn't matter. Good fight.
That crystal drop was scary. I don't know if it always goes there, but it was just a tile off of knocking him out.
It looked like he was a little bit low on the spin, so that's probably a little bit lower than normally gets baited, so the angles might have been a bit odd.
Fox with a very nice 2-poke.
Honestly, really good Ice Palace from both of them. Like, oh,
Yeah, disaster free.
Ice Palace in runs is like, to me, you don't have a run until you're past Ice Palace. It's just too easy to make mistakes, too easy for things to just go terribly wrong.
Yeah, there's a lot of particularly costly mistakes too.
Yes, Bydey is, if he can have a good end game, he's on pretty big PB pace right now. Oh, that's not what you want to see.
Yeah, that was pretty awful squirrel RNG. Yeah, I guess he handled it okay considering.
Fox would need to have the greatest endgame known to man to PB from here, but
Looks like Bydey got the first quick warp, but not the second.
Fox missed a couple spin speeds now, but gets a second try.
Look, as long as we're doing this shopping in Swamp Palace, I'm happy.
Bydey did not do Kaz quick warp, but Fox did. Thank you, Kaz, for finding that. It makes that screen so much easier.
Happy to help. I actually think Bydey did it too. You don't have to pause buffer in order to get it.
Well, he went like under the last rock.
Oh,
Yeah. All right, we're gonna a slight divergence here, so it's gonna look like Fox is ahead, but getting Ice Rod is about 36, 38 seconds usually. So
looks like he didn't get the quick warp going into Swamp Palace. Don't usually see people miss that one.
oh, that water dash is really not that bad, but
yeah, it's one of those that you can easily prevent by being a little less aggressive.
Fox getting the anti-fairy skip. Nicely done. Bydey going for the really safe strat there. Now, the one downside to doing your shopping in this split, on the off chance that these little water strike dudes aren't all lined up for your dash, it does lose a good amount of time. But it's not
if you manage
half
to
as bad as
avoid
losing that time in the Mire 2.
Yeah, if you manage to avoid two of them, it's going to mean 4 extra slashes to beam them all.
Yeah, but missing one is fairly rare, and missing two, I don't know how many times I've missed two. Can't have been often.
Yeah, being optimal with your swimming there helps a lot. Fox colliding with the Strider.
The revenge slash. Was it faster? Probably not. But was it worth it?
Of course.
Probably. Bydey getting beat up by the fire snake a little bit.
Fox just barely touching the blue off of the switch there. Bydey doesn't get quite as far over.
Still pretty good. We've all been... Okay. that berry was trying to get in the way. Alright, we're past the annoying parts of Swamp Palace. Now we just have the... Okay, Fox. Not what you want to see. Now we just have the parts of Swamp Palace where you're like, oh, if I just do everything perfectly, it works every time. And then you mess up 14 times and you lose 20 seconds. It's great.
Yeah, the hookshot room, and then I guess there's also, you can get screwed in the Strider hallway too.
Oh.
Oh, wow. I'm surprised Bydey got hit there.
Yeah, if you align with the pots, the skulls, whatever, then you will never get hit by the fireball. But there's also a lot of other spots where that's true. There's like way fewer spots where you get hit by the fireball than you don't. Oh, okay, we got the arrows.
By getting a little bullied by another fire snake, but the berry doesn't electrify, so it makes up a little time there.
Fox is going to get the 10 arrows in GT.
Ooh.
So he has plenty of arrows.
Bydey got knocked out of his dash in the Strider hallway. Always painful.
I think
Some of
we're
those
getting
can't adjust for.
spoilers from Fox. Maybe. Oh, nope, he just baited us. How dare you? That's a good zero cycle. Gets the quick kill. Oh, Bydey, a little mistake there. Oh,
Almost fixed it.
it's so hard. If you make any mistake in that fight, you get the empty cycle all the time. Ooh, okay. Bydey got frame ruled, I think.
Unfortunate.
So Fox definitely made up time on this split. I think Fox is not going to get Ice Rod till Turtle Rock, so he's still going to look to be pretty far ahead for this whole next split. Okay, that Crystal Catch is classic Swamp Crystal Catch.
And Link is in that text.
Yeah, this is a dangerous split, even though we were talking earlier about how we both think this is a pretty easy split overall. Sometimes stuff happens, and you lose 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's important to keep your health at above like a minimum value, because if you can't do the damage boosts at Bydey, it's going to go very slow.
It's not even going to go slow. You're just in so much more danger when you can't do them.
Yeah, true.
Like, if you told me I could do like a backup Bydey strat and lose 10 seconds and be perfectly healthy, I'd still be upset that I'm losing 10 seconds, but I'd take it, right?
I do it sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, but with the way the fight is kind of set up, the safety strat loses 30 seconds and still you have a chance to die. Like,
Bydey had a little bit of trouble getting the last Wizrobe in Mire 2. Fox making up a little bit of time on there.
Fox has a spare bomb now.
Bydey doesn't get the unfortunate Fire Snake RNG though, so makes the time up back.
Okay, they both got Senkar. Taking 1 or 2 extra hits in this dungeon is okay, unless it comes from a Wizrobe or a Slug. Yeah, Bydey definitely. I think Bydey still has the lead here. I think they're both on 124 pace, although it's looking very dire on Fox's end, and Bydey will have to play very well to close out the run here.
Yeah, Bydey's PB is 49, it looks like, so if he's behind 10 seconds, right on the edge.
Bydey has 10 seconds to save in this split?
Really?
I'm curious how you lose 10 seconds in Mire. I get how you lose 5 seconds. And I get how you lose 30. But I don't know how you lose 10.
It may be unfortunate Fire Snake RNG, maybe missing Mire 2, and getting the V1 cycle.
That would do it. Yeah, that would do it. That would feel really bad. But yeah, that would do it for sure. Fox got the dash dust at least. Fire rotting, that is intentional, even though it looks stupid. It flips the pegs here. And then doing it again, we'll see the pegs flip. And then we'll do it again. And if you look at the top of the screen, you can see them flip from blue to red. Magic or something.
Good enough.
Is this new to anybody still?
If it is new to them, it can still be strange and wonderful. Bydey walking through the room leading up to the staircase, Spooky 3. I don't usually see that.
I think that loses 15-ish frames, if I remember right. Good Vidi fights from both of them.
Yep, you love to see an uneventful Vidi fight.
Alright, we will finally get a good idea of where they're at. Thank you, Bydey.
What does he have against the mirror?
Nobody's ever mirrored out of that fight after shooting Vidi 7 times, right? Never happened.
Certainly never happened to me.
Good thing we have an extra... Okay, we still get it. That was close.
Yeah, he got some spooky crab RNG, but reacted to it pretty well.
So we can see Bydey's about a screen ahead here. Pretty good race. That is... Okay, good menu. Reminder that Fox does not have his fairy here, so he is actually in danger in this Turtle Rock. Whereas Bite... Uh-oh.
Oops.
Uh-oh. Okay. We are in the danger zone for sure. You wouldn't get this fairy, would you? You're only down. I mean, okay, Bydey hooked a little high and did not get the spin through because of it. Okay.
Sometimes I have to get that fairy because of awful squirrel RNG.
Now that happens sometimes.
Fox getting the easiest quick warp in the game.
Alright, so the reason why the health matters is we're going to be taking a lot of damage in this dungeon. On purpose. And then a lot of damage not on purpose. Maybe.
Hopefully. Well, hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
Starts in this room where you fall off and then goes on to the roller room, in which the rollers do 3 hearts of damage, which is fairly punishing. If you take more than one hit there, it's pretty costly.
Fox, what are we gonna do? Okay, mirroring.
Yeah, I think mirroring was definitely the right choice there.
It's slow, but it makes you way less likely to die. These chomps will sometimes just eat Link for 4 hearts, but Bydey gets through just fine.
Yep, had to go right side, but reacted well and wasn't an issue.
Okay, if I'm Fox, I'm hoping every... Okay, please don't block the thing. Oh, okay.
Ooh. Yeah, that was scary.
Fox also got the awkward chomp RNG where one of them is so fast on their 3 movements that you can like lose your iframes, like with the way it hit you.
Yeah, when it's kind of hanging out under the chest.
Yeah. But if I'm Fox, I want to see every one of these Pokies drop 4 items, even though they can only drop 3. I don't know how they drop 3 though, because I never get 3 in runs, but I know it can happen.
Yeah, I don't know either. Maybe it's like if you destroy it piecemeal. I don't know.
Maybe it's a prac hack bug.
Probably.
Oh, he just got 3 there. Oh no! He did get all 6. Oh my god. After me just saying it never happens. Literally gets 6 drops. It is a little bit of a concern for this room. Fox was practicing this before the race, but this roller also does 3 hearts. He might be too slow. Oh, he's going to take it safe.
Yeah, for not getting the fairy, he's done pretty well. Especially with also taking the extra bonk in roller room.
I did not trust that fast one, so just took a second to reset it. Oh!
Nothing to see here. Avoiding the laser just fine.
I wanted to see Fox pick up the thing so we'd have 10 bombs. When we only need... Well, we need 2 more, but... We have to pick up 1.
You love to see bomb disposal strats in GT.
You love to see them on Ganon. Raise your hand in chat if you haven't bombed the torch. I better see no hands. I know you're all liars if you haven't done it.
All right, no liars in the chat.
You love to see it.
Both of them with solid Trinex fights. Usually that fight's pretty consistent, but, you know, it's like every fight, it can still go sideways.
You know, it's super consistent, and yet, if I'm on less than 4 hearts and I'm setting up that double spin, I am sweating.
Yeah, same. The timing for the snake coming out is like, for whatever reason, it's just not ingrained in me.
Oh, do you not wait? Do you not use a visual cue?
I just wait for him to come out.
Okay, that's what I do. But yeah, that's fair. I just get nervous sometimes. Like, what if I don't react fast enough?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess some people probably count explosions or something like that.
We're seeing the first torch there. Our first key, rather. I think... Oh, there's like, you know... like 14 different keys we can get or something in this dungeon. Somebody's gonna correct me. And then I'll say it's 15 different keys next time. But... they're all basically the same.
Fox not quite getting the spike skip.
So Bydey's getting torch key. Is he gonna get the magic?
I would think so.
Ooh.
I didn't know that was an arrow pot. Huh.
I only knew that because one time I did that intentionally. I had like 0 arrows or something. I was like, how did this even happen?
But yeah, that warp's actually pretty costly. That's like 4 seconds?
8 seconds? 10 seconds?
Enough that you hate to see it.
Oh, Bydey almost missed that arrow. Okay. We got him though. Easy boss. Costs 5-ish. Sure. 10 sounds like way too much. I'm just, like I said, I get to just make up numbers. I'm the one talking. Eventually people believe me. Or not.
And if they don't, we don't have to acknowledge it.
Good mimics from Bydey. You hate to see it.
I'm curious if he intentionally didn't arrow the first mimic a second time, or if it was just mistiming an arrow, so it was a blank shot or
It
something.
looked like it was just a mistime.
Bydey falling off Gannon Z.
It's okay.
Pretty early in the dash, though, so it doesn't lose
Free
too
dash,
much
yeah.
time.
Yeah, Fox went for Miramax to start. I just wasn't going to say anything, because I've been trying not to roast Fox the whole time, you know? But
Well, it's hard not to when he has a Gauntlet 2 like that.
Oh, good Gauntlet 3.
Oh, takes the BMO shot.
Oh, Bydey got hit, and that's messed up his lemons.
Fortunately, didn't use too much magic, so it's not as bad as it could be.
So saved a little bit of time with that.
Yeah, only lagging behind a couple of shorter rooms. Could easily come down to warps at this point.
Warps, Moldorm Fall. You hate to see it. Aga 2?
Aga 2 blue balls.
Bydey? Okay. He got there in time to not get pushed off the thing.
Bydey not getting the helmet key, so I guess he is getting the magic.
Well, he's got the key already, right? So. Oh, Bydey's on 4 hearts. Okay, 5 hearts. Alright, we're getting the magic. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay. Alright. Alright.
Sometimes you just send that hook shot out, hoping that Moldorm's going the right way.
What? How did that hit?
How did he not bounce from that?
What?
Moldorm hitboxes will always be a mystery to me.
Aga 2 has got to be the hardest part of the game, unironically. Like, and
3.
like this pattern. What is this pattern? Not friendly, but okay, that's a good Bydey though. Uh-oh, Fox. Ooh, okay, good fight from Bydey. No, dude. I think I was gonna miss anyway, but
yeah, it's unfortunate they got a blue ball there.
where does Bydey split this? Is he on PB pace? Oh. Unfortunately,
Barely not. Still a potential 1-2-4 from
no warps
Bydey.
can PB, but it has to be no warps into an early double. And then, like, yeah. Phase 3 here on Bydey's side, we didn't even talk about this, is totally RNG and there's nothing you can do. Like, this is... Come on, Ganon, please stop.
both of them getting more warps than you want, but not in an unacceptable
Torch
number.
glitch. Oh, here's the first spin. Oh. Not bombing the torch. You love to see it. And here we're just going to try to count to 3 and not miss any spins. And then that's the game.
Bydey missed one spin, but I think he's still ahead.
He's a whole 3 or 4 spins up, I think. Well, not that much. Well, this is... Hold up. Okay. Never mind. I can't count.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. I was just looking at the magic. Oh, my goodness. Alrighty then. G to both of them.
Yeah, holy cow. Let's see, on their timers, it looks like Bydey's got the 125.05 and Fox has the 125.06.
Yeah, Bydey 05.8 versus Fox. I think that's 06.3. Half a second by the timer. All right.
That's about as close as it gets. I was surprised that Fox made up that much time on the Ganon fight, especially with how far behind Aga 2 put him.
That's what like 12 warps does. It's each warp's like 1.5 to 2 seconds. It's a lot.
That's the GG's, guys.
Yeah, GG Bydey.
Oh,
GG.
Did I win? I don't know. Like, did I?
By the timers, you have beaten Fox by somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 frames.
Do you know what? Do you guys realize that the last time that we played against each other, he beat me by 1 second?
Revenge.
I didn't remember. Yeah, amazing.
Oh my god. That was so much fun. I was having the time of my life. Like, I didn't really care if I won or lost, really. I just wanted it to be a fun race. I played absolutely amazing, apart from GT and a few other things, but that was so much fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that, because I was loving that. That was a blast.
Yeah, it was a fun one. And GG's to Fox, who's joined us now.
Yo, GG, Bydey. You got me back this time.
Yeah.
I can't believe we had not only our personal second race within 1 second, but also the second one of the day. Totally ridiculous. I'm
didn't see the
so
earlier race
mad
today.
about that Aga 2 fight, where on the third cycle, he gave me a blue ball and then he warped away like 1 frame before the last energy ball would have hit him.
If it makes you feel better, I think your angle was off by the tiniest of margins.
You think so? I'm not convinced.
I think
but
so.
All right, maybe.
I think it would have hit him, but it would have been close.
I hit the bloody GT warp. The warp.
Yeah, I saw that. I started getting real nervous in GT because I saw you were making a couple mistakes and I had an outside chance.
Yeah, and Bydey got a lot of warps too, and it came down to the wire because of it.
I went for the top left too. I was debating. I'm so glad I didn't. I was debating going for the lamp because I don't know. I get quite nervous, and you know what it's like. You don't want to.
Yeah, sure.
I had a chance to PB as well, which was very slim chance, but yeah. So I went top left. He gave me blue gun. I went top left, and then I missed the bloody top right spin like an idiot. It wasn't worth it at all.
Yeah, that's right.
But I can't wait to. I'm literally just gonna watch this straight back. I can't wait to watch this. I'm so pumped.
Yeah, I know you said you were gonna just watch Fox before. Is that what you did?
Yeah, I just pick it up like every crystal catch. That's all I do. I have it minimized, and then I just every crystal split I bring it up. And I knew he was pretty much neck and neck. Like it was every time I was in the boss fight, he was there. So I knew I couldn't slow down too much.
Yeah, I
Did you
think we
know
were.
going into the Ganon fight?
I had a peek. I knew I had finished Aga, and I knew he hadn't. So I knew he had one more cycle on me. So I knew I had about 6 seconds going into Ganon at least. And then I don't know how many warps you got. I wasn't counting, but I got a fair amount.
I think I got
So
2.
once the warp started, that's when I decided to go for the fire rod and just go for it because
Yeah, that's just like the worst position to be counting warps in.
I got a gold skull actually.
Yeah, I think you were pretty far ahead after that. I had a pretty bad skull, and you had a really good skull. And then I think we both had good ice palaces. And then I guess I gained time in like Swamp and Mire. There's no way I gained time in TR.
I think it was mostly Swamp.
Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
had
swamp.
a okay Swamp. There were some things that went really badly, but overall it was fine. It was like a 743 or something.
I think I lost 20 seconds on my gold in swamp.
Yeah, so that
It
must have
was
been most of it.
really, really bad. And I went for the fire rod and I missed it and to do 3 spins and
Yeah, that's the worst when that happens.
Yeah, you two had sort of equivalent Death Mountain challenges, except for Bydey it was in the Swamp Split, and for Fox
Oh my
it was in
god,
the
dude.
Turtle Rock Split.
That was so weird. I mean, I don't know. It was not great RNG, but it was mostly just me completely losing my mind.
I
Oh
actually
lord.
got that RNG yesterday, the exact same RNG, and I knew not to slash. I don't know if you saw that, but I didn't slash. I deboosted
Oh nice. I didn't see
because
yours.
if you slash them, you'll blocked instantly,
Mhm.
and
Yep.
so I decided just to stand there and get smashed around a little bit.
Yeah, I did see you kind of got like sandwiched between them, and I didn't say anything. I thought to myself, I would have slashed, and then and then you're just like, whatever. You take 2, 3 hits, it's fine, but you get past them, right? So
Yeah, it's my worst. I don't know. Of all the things you can lose runs to, like just in general, like the dead rocks. Oh, they crush souls. Those things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
it's like sort of the weird combination of both RNG and executing improperly when you see it. It's like, I wish that I got good in RNG, and it's also, I wish that I didn't slash.
Yeah. When I'm on pace or in a race or something and I see a dead rock get close to me, I panic instantly and then do everything wrong.
Yeah, it's
uh, reacting poorly to RNG, I don't think world first, world first.
Uh-huh.
tell you what, my hands were cold as ice, right from escape right to the end. I could not warm them up. I don't know. I need to get myself a space heater, I think, but then my hands had died inside. It was brutal for the first part.
Do you
How
usually
was your light world? I do. You know, I have this thing where I'm fine until I get to like pod in Thieves Town, and then my hands just go cold for a few splits, and then they warm back up again. I don't know why it is. Maybe there's an omen in there or something. Like,
Nerves, maybe you think, or
not in pod usually. Like in the race, maybe today. Like I had a little bit of nerves, but like in a run, like when I get to pod, I'm not really nervous too much. So but it just happens. So I've learned to play with it, to be honest. But I'd like to find a solution, to be honest. But
Yeah, my light world was actually pretty good except for Hera was a shit show. I messed up a swim. I failed bumper skip, which cost like 11 seconds or whatever.
oh, did you fall?
Yeah, I fell down in bumper
Ah,
skip.
brilliant.
So that was pretty bad, but like I had like a 1650 something desert. So it was going really well, and then Aga Tower was fine also, but it was really bad. Hera kind of soured it.
Yeah, we were really close in the late world.
I think it was, within 1 or 2 seconds walking into Aga. So
I had an arrow fest trying to get arrows. I think I left with
Yeah,
2 on
you
Eastern.
left desert with like 2 or 3 arrows. Yeah, that's not what you want to do.
I was preserving, and then I got hit by the green guard, and then I had to use 3 arrows in the first room and do all backup strats, and then
Oh man.
it was brutal. And then I don't know what was happening, but I ended up just grabbing every arrow I could find, cave arrows, the whole 9 yards. I don't like being short on arrows in races. I did a lot of kind of like, there was a lot of kind of, I don't know, like second rate strats that I did. There's a lot of like, I cut out some of the hardcore stuff and just tried to do the basic things and do them well.
listen, sometimes in a race you just need to, be able to turn your brain off, right? And just like chill.
Yeah.
Did
You always
you
got to
consider-
remember that there's about half an hour to go as well sometimes.
Did you consider grabbing the arrows outside Landmo?
Outside lemon. I did actually, because I saw someone do it today and I was like, oh, maybe I should grab them. And then I was just kind of thinking, you know what? I probably shouldn't do anything that I haven't practiced, because that's always a recipe for disaster. So I knew I had enough, and I knew I could get the cave, like the cave arrows. So yeah, it did cross my mind though.
Yeah, I get those arrows fairly often, just because Landmo can always go bad, and I'd rather just be consistently have a decent count.
Yeah, I think they're pretty quick. It's like half a second or something to get those arrows. I don't think it's all that bad.
They're faster than the cave arrows for sure. So
Yeah.
I'm never getting them. I won't do it. Nothing can make me.
No, I don't get the warp arrows like I did, though, like a moron.
I literally did not know those were there.
Those arrows are actually slow, even if you've already taken the warp by accident.
Yeah, I know. You know what? I was just like, whatever. I'm here. Get the arrows.
Yeah,
Just
I
take
do it
the
too.
full walk of shame.
They're not that fast. They seem like they should be because they're right there, but
Yeah,
they're not that good.
I've been having issues with ice armors lately, so I was a little bit nervous for messing it up. I don't know why. It's my bogey boss, so if I have an extra 7, 8, 10 arrows, I don't care.
Your first arrow to the left was so close to missing.
It looks that way.
Yeah, it was so early.
It looks that way, but you can't miss it. Like I've got a specific. If you watch like how I do it, I've got a very specific visual cue that I use, and I've tested it, and you basically can't fire it. It looks so dodgy, but for some reason, when I get too far away, like too far down, I can't get up in time, and I have an issue facing left, and so that's kind of what I've kind of worked on. That's worked for me for now, but definitely, I don't know. I spent so much time in GT, and I feel like it makes a 0 difference. 7-2x every run.
If it's not one thing, it's the other.
Yeah, GT is actually boss, but I don't know how people get 6.5 and 6.4x's. I don't get it.
Yeah, my gold's like a 658, and I'm pretty sure that everything went perfectly.
Is that do you do a real split, or are you cheating and splitting on back crash?
Cheating.
Yeah, I
Okay.
cheat.
Okay.
What's it, like a 702?
Yeah, something like that. Still faster than my gold.
Yeah, my gold is. I didn't even think I've got a low OX in my NMG splits. To be honest, I have a terrible GT gold. I've got it good in practice, but just in runs, and I don't know. It doesn't matter what I do. I just get it all good, and then you get a 4 cycle, and then you have a terrible one, and you get a 2 cycle, and it always ends up being a 1x for me.
Mm-hmm.
So. Thanks for doing the comments, by the way, guys. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm literally just put this straight up on the stream and rewatch it. I'm pretty pumped.
Thank you
It's the
for
9
doing
viewers
the
as
race
well.
for us. It was an exciting watch.
Yeah, good time.
Yeah, thanks for the comments. It was great hanging out and listening to you guys. Also, shout outs to our third commentator in chat, ALttP. Very entertaining. No idea what any of it was about, but it's cracking me up.
Yeah, every once in a while I'd glance down there and just Just, I'll just let that go.
I didn't know what to do. How big was it? Oh, I'm gonna get a good laugh out of that, I guess, later.
Well, I think that about wraps it up. Do we have any final parting thoughts from either of our racers?
No, just GG's again.
No, I just have to tell. I really appreciate this league. It's so much fun. I appreciate you putting it on and the Fox and the people that are helping out. And I had such a blast. I really did. It's the most fun I've had playing for a very long time. So I'm glad we can do this.
Glad to hear it.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, thank you to the organizers of the league. Thank you to ZSR for streaming. Thank you to my co-commentator, DowTNB. It's been a great time.
Thank you too.
All right. It sounds like it's about time for me to start wrapping this up. So yeah, thank you so much to our commentators today, Kaznode and Dow, and thank you to our runners, Fox and Bydey. Yeah, it was a really exciting race, especially right at the very end. That was really fun. Lots more League Season 3 coming up on ZSR tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have 2 races tomorrow. The first one at 9 p.m. Eastern. Power to Mario versus Nor's Maddie. And then one at 10:30 p.m. Eastern with Kane DeShane versus Spleeby. So hopefully we get commentators and restreamers for that. Because that will be very fun to watch. I was hoping that we were going to raid over to Spleeby because he was doing some practice runs. I don't know if he's going to do another one because he seems to have just finished up one. So probably not, unfortunately. That would have been fun. He will be racing tomorrow. So you'll just have to wait until then to see him run. Cool. So we're going to raid over to G Cub, who is also doing some Link to the Past any % no major glitches runs instead. I can spell it. Yes, perfect. Okay. Thank you all. Never mind. I don't know how to undo that.
Good question.
Well, don't join the raid, I guess. Unless you want to. You can. Good to know. I don't think I can undo it. I don't actually have real powers. I have fake powers. Well, anyway, I'll see you all later. Thanks for watching.